This is Jared Horak for today'sracingdigest.com, and my Today's Racing Digest video series continues Saturday, March 30th, 2019. We're going to look at 3 stakes races on the Florida Derby program at Gulfstream Park. Now, last week's videos, we had Country House in the Louisiana Derby, and he ended up finishing 4th. He made a run at 3rd. He made a big run around the turn, like he was going to keep going, but he kind of flattened out a bit late. Not a terrible effort. Maybe not enough Kentucky Derby points. He has like 30 right now. They may run him in another race if they think that they need more points to get him into the Kentucky Derby. Let's jump into the races that we're going to do this week. We'll start with the 6th race from Gulfstream Park, the Sanibel Island Stakes, 1 mile on the turf course. Some contenders in here. Number 5, Trenchtown Cat at 6-1. He switched barns last time and he did earn an improved number, but that was a turf sprint on February 17th. Jose Irad Ortiz Jr. is going to ride back, and she's one that we'll have to see how far she wants to go. If she can go this far and she's at least 6-1, she could be a little bit interesting. A Bit Special is the one to beat, and she hasn't done really anything wrong. She's a neck away from a perfect 5-for-5 record. Julian Leparoux chose to ride her back in here. She's going to stalk the pace. She's not going to offer a lot of value, but she's a solid top 3 threat. Number 6, Positive Skew, seems to be getting better for trainer Chad Brown. She finished 3rd in her debut, but that was at 6 furlongs, and she just didn't have enough ground that day. They stretched her to 7.5 furlongs on January 6th, and she broke her maiden at even money. Javier Castellano rode. He's going to ride back. She's getting better. If she improves again, certainly can win this. But I'm going to go with number 4, Belle Lara, 3-1 morning line. She added blinkers last time out, and she showed improved early speed, and she earned her best career numbers in that race. In the Here Comes the Bride Stakes when she hit the board on March 2nd. She got a 99 fire number. The fire number for today's Racing Digest, speed throughout a race. She got a 135 CPR. The CPR is the comprehensive performance rating, which takes into account pace, final time, and closing fraction. And she got a 140 final rating, which puts her right there with a Bit Special. Now, she's probably going to stalk the pace today. John Velasquez is going to ride. Julian Leparoux rode last time. As I said, he chose a Bit Special. John Velasquez gets aboard. She's going to stalk, and if she improves at all, or at least runs as well as she did last time, she can win this race. Let's jump over to Gulfstream Park race 13. Let's do the Grade 2 Pan American, 1.5 miles on the turf. And here's some of the contenders. Number 9, Bigger Picture, 6-1 morning line. Comes off a win in the Connolly Turf Cup at Sam Houston, but now he's won that race the last 3 years. And now after he comes out of that race, though, he just doesn't typically run as well in his next start. Last year, he ran in the Pan American. He was 4-1. He finished 7th. So we'll have to see if he can do better this time. Soglio, 3-1 morning line. This one's pretty consistent, but he doesn't really have that winning spirit. I think he's a solid threat to hit the board. Maybe a little bit vulnerable on top. Number 4, Canisar is one you can use. He's 7-2. I think he needed his return. That was on yielding ground in the W.L. McKnight, a Grade 3. Firm turf, could do better. I don't even think 1.5 miles is long enough for this one. I think he could run 2 miles. He really has a lot of stamina and maybe runs out of ground at this distance. I'm going to go with the 1, Focus Group, 4-1 morning line for trainer Chad Brown. This one got better as distances increased last year. Chad Brown is 6 for his last 15, so he's been doing well lately. And this one is a solid threat coming off of a layoff. He ended his season last year. He finished 3rd in the Canadian International. That was a good effort, a Group 1, a Grade 1 at Woodbine. And he earned between 134 and 143 final ratings in his last 5 starts. Jose Irad Ortiz Jr. is going to ride back. He's won, has certainly a big chance to finish somewhere in the top 3. Chad Brown runners are usually ready to go off of a layoff. Last week I had Bricks and Mortar for the 2nd time this year win for me for trainer Chad Brown. In one of these videos in a turf stakes race. Excellent turf trainer. I would not be surprised if this one returned running. Finally, Gulfstream Park race 14, the Grade 1 Florida Derby, 1 mile and 1/8 on the main track. Maximum Security is one to look at. Number 7, 9-2. He won all 3 of his starts easily in sprint races, but he faced much lesser company, and he's going to face a tough pace scenario in here with Hidden Scroll and some others that could show some speed. Obviously, this horse has talent. We don't know how good he is, and he's really going to get tested today. Number 2, Current for trainer Todd Pletcher, 15-1 morning line. I think you can use this one underneath. Todd Pletcher's been doing well recently in the points races. He's been able to get a couple horses to qualify for the Kentucky Derby from last weekend. And let's see if Current can do the same thing. Spinoff was one that qualified for Todd Pletcher last weekend. This one probably will rally from off the pace. He's shown some ability in turf races. Code of Honor, number 9, 3-1 morning line. He's had a great trip inside post in the Fountain of Youth. A lot of speed, saved all that ground. He was able to rally and get the job done at 9-1. He could win again, but he's not going to be nearly 9-1 this time. Number 1, Hidden Scroll was the one to catch. He just went too fast early in the Fountain of Youth last time. And now is his third lifetime start. If he can get out there and the pace isn't as quick this time, he could easily wire the field under his new rider, Javier Castellano. I'm going to go with the 4, Bourbon War. He's 7-2 morning line. He rallied and he missed by less than a length in the Fountain of Youth. He drew a good post. He gets pace to chase again. I think he's going to love the 9 for a long distance. The improving son of Tappet under Irad Ortiz Jr. can certainly tag the speed in here. He doesn't have to win this race, though, to qualify for the Kentucky Derby. He has 21 points so far. If he runs third, he'll pick up 20 points. That's enough to get him in. And so if he just finishes somewhere in the top 3, he's going to qualify for the Kentucky Derby, and probably the longer, the better for this one. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, make some comments in the comment section. Who do you like in the 2019 Florida Derby? If you're interested in my full card analysis from Santa Anita Park, it returns this week. Santa Anita starts Friday. They're going to run Friday through Sunday, and you can find my full cards at todaysracingdigest.com. The complete digest for Florida Derby Day, all 14 races from Gulfstream Park, can also be found at todaysracingdigest.com. That will wrap up this week's video. I'll be back next week with another stakes race from around the country.